some listens to the new Linkin Park album, because I'm trying to review that thing. I've been listening to it all morning. Gonna get in another one here. Just thought I would do it with you guys for a little bit. And without any further ado, let's get into it. Yeah! Oh, yeah.
From zero?
Yeah.
Is it my new favorite album? I mean, yeah.
Nothing.
Anybody who watches me knows that. Purple Aquabish, thank you. No Kit Kat. It's Natty Z. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Appreciate those submarinos. But yeah, let's spin some of the Linkin Park here. You know, what do you guys think about the nice casual intro? You know, you have the epic vocals, and then you have like that little bit of, it's better than Hybrid Theory. That's a hot fucking take. Better than Hybrid Theory is a hot fucking take. Oh my God. Linkin Park. Legendary. Alternative music. Giants. What number album is this? Remind me again. Trying to remember what their first record in 7 years. In 7 years, and their first record of new material with the addition of their new vocalist, Emily Armstrong, of the band Dead Sarah, who proven to be a controversial pick out of the gate. Yeah. All right. I think those are some decent kind of opening thoughts there. Am I writing the review right now? I'm just sort of writing the start. I've kind of already gotten a lot of my thoughts down about like the individual tracks. So I'm kind of like putting together the initial thoughts that kind of build up to the rest of the thing. But yeah, let's give this thing a listen. I'll say before we get into the Emptiness Machine, and this was the first single off the record, I feel like this track has grown on me a little bit since I first heard it, but I feel like part of the reason that is there are tracks that on deeper cuts on the record that I now dislike more than Emptiness Machine. So I kind of feel like I've warmed up to this track as a result, but no matter. Let's continue.
Your blades are sharpened with precision, flashing your favorite point of view. I know you're waiting in the distance, just like you always do, just like you always do. Already pulling me in, already under my skin, and I know exactly how this ends. I let you cut me open just to watch me bleed. Gave up who I am for who you wanted me to be. Don't know why I'm hoping for what I won't receive. Falling for the promise of the emptiness machine. The emptiness machine.
Thank you very much, Albimayo and Houdin, as well as Suna2221. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're not ready for the light 3. Ramanio, thank you very much. Appreciate you coming through with the sub. Purple Aqua Bish, I think I shouted you out earlier. I did. The guy's part, Mike Shinoda. You know, I'll say in defense of Mike's part, and you know, just kind of like addressing what has just been said in chat. I feel like Mike's part is really what brings the song its actual focused meaning, though. Emily, I think I has a better and more sort of like sustained presence on other tracks deeper into the record, but like I feel like Mike Shinoda's part does actually kind of like bring the track ultimately its meaning, that like you're not being yourself, you're being inauthentic, you're lying, you're omitting your true self, your true feelings, your true emotions in order to appeal to or feed some kind of like machine, whatever that machine is. Could be what the public wants from you, could be like it's social media, could be, you know, the algorithms, whatever it is. So I feel like Mike is actually like, even if it's not as strong as vocal performance, he is giving the song ultimately like its actual sort of like purpose, thematically speaking anyway.
I keep on lying to, I keep on lying to, already pulling me in, already under my skin, and I know exactly how this ends. I let you cut me open just to watch me bleed. Gave up who I am for who you wanted me to be. Don't know why I'm hoping for what I won't receive. Falling for the promise of the emptiness machine.
I only wanted to be part of something. I only
Sorry about that. I hit my mute button, but it's not working for some reason. In terms of turning it on and off, I apologize for that. But there you go. Again, I think Mike is, again, he's kind of like driving the real meaning of the track home. Yeah, no, her scream is not bad. It's decent. I could sort of see in terms of like her vocal register and scream why they sort of would have opted for her in terms of like, I don't want to say a replacement for Chester, you know, but like in terms of like a sung vocalist, I feel like she does have sort of a similar range and inflection style. And she has a somewhat comparable scream aesthetically. So, you know, when they go to perform those older tracks, I have no doubt that she could sort of like pull off a performance, is sort of what I'm, you know, it is what I feel like was kind of their prime motivation with sort of bringing her on, because I think Linkin Park would still like to remain on some level like an act that can continue making money as, you know, sort of like an entity that performs its classic material live.
wanted to be part of.
I only wanted to be part of something. I only wanted to be part of. I only wanted to be part of something. I only wanted to be part. Let you cut me open just to watch me bleed. Gave up who I am for who you wanted
No, it's a decent hook. It's not my favorite track on here. And again, I feel like there are worse cuts. But like with that being said, you know, as controversial as Emily has proven to be as sort of like a pick, having heard through the album a bunch of times, I feel like its weakest moments don't really come down to Emily for the most part, which, you know, we'll kind of dive into as we get deeper into the record. I think her voice definitely fits Linkin Park very well. They're already going to have a hard time transitioning. Something unheard of before now. This new album didn't really grip me apart from the Emptiness Machine and one and two others. I'm hoping they dial it in just to justify potential controversy. I mean, it does feel like some of this record, they are kind of like dialing in or trying to sort of prove that like with this lead singer switch, we can still kind of pull off our sound or give you a bunch of tracks that remind you of past hits and sort of successes, which I feel like is also kind of the case for Heavy as the Crown. There are a few tracks on this record that feel like older Linkin Park classics, but like thrown in a blender a little bit, I would say. Let's listen to Cut the Bridge. Okay. While the screams there are fine, I feel like the drums and I feel like the group chants like are just very Lin-Manuel Miranda. It's really kind of giving me Lin-Manuel. I don't know. It's just very musical rock theater production, and it's really just not doing a whole lot for me. It's not that it doesn't have a context or a place and a time, but I feel like this is not why I tune into a Linkin Park album for the most part.
Choose. Grew up thinking try and that you never really lose. Didn't put the powder in the keg, but when it blew, I was sitting on the dynamite for you to light the fuse. Oh, looking like a criminal, sneaking in the dark, you're invisible. Hidden, you're wrapped around my neck just like a tentacle. Acting like
I mean, even some of these lyrics from Mike feel like, and again, this is not an issue I have with Emily. This is not even really, I feel like, an Emily issue in any way. I just feel like Mike has been listening to a lot of Hamilton or something. I don't know what it is. Or maybe Lin-Manuel is like heavy into Shinoda raps and like just the influence is coming full circle. I don't know what it is. But like it's really, this really kind of feels like, you know, I'm listening to Jefferson spit a verse at me. Is how this is kind of coming across.
the truth and your opinion are identical, and I can't seem to let it go.
Everything was perfect, always made me nervous, knowing you would burn it just to watch it burn. Cut the bridge we're on. Cut it down, cut it down, cut it down. Go until it's gone. Cut it down, cut it down,
Yeah, there's something about Mike's vocals on this track in particular that just doesn't feel as sort of like determined. You know, Mike, for all of his sort of like, you know, lyrical criticisms that you could throw his way, he always kind of came at the mic early in the band's career in a way that felt very compelling. Like there was like some seriously like intense heart there that just kind of, feels a bit kind of lacking on this.
And wanna go to the light and not the shadow, but the branch isn't shiny as the arrow. You don't ever find a way around a battle. You will always choose just to watch it burn. Just to watch it
Cut the bridge we're on. Cut it down, cut it down, down, cut it, go until it's gone. Cut it down, down, cut it down. Sabotage it all just to watch it fall. Cut the bridge we're on. Cut it down,
All right, there we go. Cut the bridge, which I haven't quite determined yet where it ranks for me specifically or exactly in the track list, but it's definitely like in my bottom 3 of tracks on the album. But I will say it is followed by what I think is my favorite single from the record, Heavy as the Crown. So, all right, here we go. Let's give that one a spin.
It's pouring in, you laid on the floor again. One knock at the door and then we both know how the story ends. You can't win if your white flag's out when the war begins. Aiming so high but swinging so low, trying to catch fire but feeling so cold. Hold it inside and hope it won't show. I'm saying it's not, but inside I know. Today's gonna be the day you notice, 'cause I'm tired of explaining what the joke is.
This is what you asked for. Heavy is the crowd. Fire in the sunrise. Ashes raining down. Try to hold it in, but it keeps bleeding out. This is what you asked for. Heavy is the crowd.
Turn to run, now look what it's become. Outnumbered 10 to 1. Back then should've bit your tongue, 'cause there's no turning back. This path once it's begun, you're already on that list. Say you don't want what you can't resist. Waving that sword when the pen won't miss. Watch it all falling apart like
This
this.
is what you asked for. Heavy is the crowd. Fire in the sunrise. Ashes raining down. Try to hold it in, but it keeps bleeding out. This is what you asked for. Heavy is the crowd.
Today's gonna be the day you notice, 'cause I'm tired of explaining what the joke is.
This is what you asked for.
This part does go hard. It does legit go hard. Baka Osaka, thank you. And Heaven Load, also thank you. And Big K Television, also thank you, thank you. And if there's anybody else and I missed you, I apologize. Hash Just, Night Coast, thank you as well. Yes, thank all you guys for being here, for chilling, for subscribing. Appreciate you.
This is what you asked for. Heavy is the crowd. Fire in the sunrise. Ashes raining down. Try to hold it in, but it keeps bleeding out. This is what you asked for. Heavy.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the several key tracks on the album that kind of feel like they're capturing their old sound, and they're doing so pretty well. You know, like it feels like a very condensed version of the formula. As again, this is not a super built out track at just like under 3 minutes, but like it gives you the Shinoda raps, gives you the strings, gives you the screams, gives you those hard hitting jump the fuck up riff bits. It's you know, a little bit of everything that you get in sort of a regular Linkin Park hit. All right, next we got Over Each Other, which is very much a song about an argument or a series of arguments. Just a lot of Linkin Park tracks tend to deal in sort of like interpersonal conflict and impasses and people like, you know, not seeing eye to eye and so on and so forth. And this track is most definitely sort of like carrying on that tradition. What is my setup? It depends. Down here, I just sort of like have a speaker that I lock into, like a Bluetooth over there. I also have my stereo system upstairs, or I listen to stuff on headphones, on the laptop, you know, or the phone. Caspa, thank you very much. Appreciate you. But yeah, it really, am I freezing up here? Okay, no, everything's fine. It really depends on the situation. But as I'm sort of standing here, this is pretty much the same stuff, or the same kind of like, the same setup as when I'm just kind of listening to New Music Friday stuff. This is not usually the setup that I'm listening in. Primarily, this is how I'm just kind of like listening when I'm hanging out with you guys on stream. All right, here we go. And I've already heard the record a bunch of times. I've been listening to it all morning.
This is the letter that I didn't write. Looking for color in the black and white. Skyscrapers recreated on shaky ground. And I'm trying to find my patience. But you won't let me breathe, and I'm not ever right. All we are is talking over each other. There's nothing underneath.
Thug Grunt, thank you. Also, a shout out to Nerium. Appreciate you for the Subarino. So this is the first track. It was the first track so far, no mic, vocally, no mic, just Emily. And how does a Linkin Park song feel to you guys when it's just Emily? And, you know, for sure the vocals are solid. The vocals are undeniably solid. But I feel like beyond that, sort of like instrumentally, it's not really feeling too much like your usual Linkin Park experience. Like the guitars feel a little bland. I feel like the mix of like, you know, hip hop and electronics, like those subtle industrial nods aren't really kind of coming through all that well either. It does feel like a different band. But again, I don't really feel like that's Emily's fault. I feel like there should be production elements kind of backing her up, signifying that this is like kind of a similar thing, but I feel like that's also missing. I wouldn't really just like put that on Emily. Yeah, it just kind of feels like some solid alt rock for the most part. All right, let's move on to the track Casualty, which for me was another highlight on the album, though kind of a short one at 2 minutes and 21 seconds. I think at the very end of this track, we have a little bit from Emily and Mike, though.
You got it. Yeah, that's the one. Are you recording this? Okay, get your screamy pants on.
Oh yeah, get your screaming pants on. Get ready, Emily. You're gonna scream. It's screaming. It's screaming time. It's time to get screaming on the Linkin Park album. All right, here we go. It's the rager of the album. That's what Casualty is. The rager.
Let me out, set me free. I know all the secrets you keep. I won't be your casualty.
I got too complacent, bleached in the eyes, put through the paces, but I got left behind. But I'm not running,
Something's coming.
it's only a matter of time.
Let me out, set me free. I know all the secrets you keep.
This track is almost like kind of punky and sludgy, in not a bad way.
I won't be your casualty.
You drew the first blood, like playing God.
This is like a Cookie Monster Mike, though. Mike is getting aggressive. This is an angry Mike Shinoda vocal. Yeah, Mike's going crazy. And I don't mind it either. El Saro, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Yeah, he doesn't sound bad going kind of off this way.
Closing the doors up while I'm fed to the dogs. But I'm not running,
Something's coming.
it's only a matter of time.
Let me out, set me free. I know all the secrets you keep. I won't be your casualty. It's only a matter of time. 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 Stop!
Telling me it's something that you're not. You see the green light in your eye, hanging on the bare face line.
It's only a matter of time. Let me out. Set me free. I know all the secrets you keep. I won't be your casualty. I won't be your casualty. I know all the secrets you keep.
All right, we're really smooth transition into the next track, Overflow. Continuing on. Overflow I was not as crazy about, but it's still not a bad one in my opinion. But yeah, Casualty goes hard as hell. It's unbelievable that she could sing like this and not experience vocal fatigue and destroy her voice like Surge. I'm not yeah, I mean honestly that sort of thing you really have to talk to a vocal coach. Because there are lots of sort of like tutorials and information out there in terms of like teaching yourself to scream without destroying your voice. It's not anything I can speak to personally, but I, know a lot of people who deal with and hire very expensive vocal coaches so that they don't destroy their voice, whether they're singing or talking for super long periods of time in whatever sort of like field of work they do. And Emily Armstrong's been singing for quite a while. I imagine she sort of like knows what she's doing at this point.
We're all dressed up for a riot, catching fire, fighting fire. I can feel the pressure coming, and the world will push the button. It's all the same to me. It's all the same to me.
Turning from a white sky to a black hole, turning from the sunlight to a shadow. I know I can't make it stop. I know I'm out of control. I keep on feeling it up to overflow.
Looking up, the sky is falling. I can hear the future calling. Trying to shake it as it opens up to pull me in, fall into oblivion. Going down, we're going down, we're going down, we're going down. It's all the same to me. Going down, we're going down, we're going down, we're going down.
Turning from a white sky to a black hole, turning from the sunlight to a shadow. I know I can't make it stop. I know I'm out of control. I keep on feeling it up to overflow. To overflow. To overflow. To overflow. To overflow.
Kind of a very sort of like, I don't know. It's funny that that track is as long as it is, and yet it feels like an interlude to me. It just sort of like doesn't really build up super, super far, and it kind of has this abrupt ending to it. I kind of agree with what Six Wacko is saying. It feels like something from the Thousand Suns era. It feels like a late era Linkin Park track where they were kind of drifting away from like the overt rock elements a little bit and getting more spacey and, you know, trying to not just simply be pigeonholed as like a nu metal act or an alternative metal act. We have Two Face next, which is a bit louder, a bit more aggressive, has more of a soaring chorus. And again, sort of like continues in that Linkin Park tradition of like, I'm going to write about some interpersonal conflict with a duplicitous sort of person, or I'm going to, you know, write about a duplicitous sort of personality. Somebody who's really getting, you know, what grinds my gears when people are two-faced and jerks.
Hanging by a thread, trying to say I'm not, but I'm in it over my head. That's when I figured out where it led, beginning to realize that you put me over the edge. The truth's not rigid, your rules aren't fair, the dark's too vivid, the light's not there. I start to give in, but I can't bear to put it all behind. I run into it blind like two-faced, caught in the middle, caught in the middle, too late, counting to zero.
Hold on, time. Is that a dog barking? I've listened to this song like well over half a dozen times. I'm pretty sure that's the first time I'm catching it. Is that a fucking dog barking in the mix? I keep hearing sort of like in like an off-kilter way with the beat here.
Say I'm not, but I'm in it over my head. That's when I figured out where it
in the chorus.
led, beginning to realize that you put me over the edge. The truth's not rigid, your rules aren't fair. The dark's too vivid, the light's not there. I start to give in, but
Thank you, Ramino.
I can't bear to put it all behind. I run into it blind like two-faced, caught in the middle.
Right there. What the fuck? What the fuck is that? Yo, is that a dog barking? It sounds like just, is there a dog is dog chilling in the studio? Like, what the fuck is going on? I thought I heard another one here. Okay. Is that another one? What the fuck is that? I keep hearing it. It's burp. What is that? It keeps popping up. Feels like Emily catching a breath. Is it on a background vocal? Because it's happening while she's singing the lead. It could be a background vocal sort of noise. But yeah. Look, they just had that dog in them. That's all it is.
Told me it wasn't true and pointing every finger at things that you didn't do. So that's why I kept missing the clues and never realized that the one that did it was you. The truth's not rigid, your rules aren't fair. The dark's too vivid, the light's not there. I start to give in, but I can't bear to put it all behind. I run into it blind like two-faced, caught in the middle, caught in the middle, too late, counting to zero, counting to zero.
Max Blaze, thank you very much. Count Nacula, thank you very much. AVCP333, thank you very much. Appreciate the subs and support. Thank you for chilling with me as we are just kind of hanging out, listening to the new Linkin Park album From Zero.
I can't hear myself think. I can't hear myself think. I can't hear myself think. Stop yelling at me!
Again, another moment I feel like it's just kind of checking all those classic Linkin Park boxes. Really kind of building up to the jump the fuck up riffs, and you have the DJ scratches, you know, bink, 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 bink.
So think. Stop yelling at me! I can't hear myself think. Stop yelling at me! Stop yelling at me! Stop yelling at me! Two-faced, caught in the middle. Caught in the middle. Too late, counting to zero. Counting to zero. You should have recognized.
Kisses for all of you.
It's too late for choosing sides. Two-faced, caught in the middle. 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 Two-faced. Is that what it is?
That's what it is.
Well, they're having fun in the studio. They're going crazy. Okay. Next track, Stained. A few more songs left. I will sort of like spoil it. And to me, this is maybe the only track on the record that to me felt like we're kind of hearing like an extra from a Mike Shinoda project, just like a solo project. In my opinion, but maybe you guys feel differently.
Yeah, hand in my mouth, I shouldn't have said it. Gave you a chance, already regret it. Trying so hard to be sympathetic, but I know where it's gonna go if I let it. And I let it, knowing you're hiding when no one else sees. Closed lips, smile, cause there's blood in your teeth. What you forget, you were gonna repeat. You don't get to make amends like your hand's still clean.
Because you're stained. You try to hide the mark, but it won't fade. You lie and lie like I was nothing. Pretend you're spotless, but I don't wash away. And now you're stained. And now you're stained.
Sweat in your hands while the time starts ticking. Tripping on words, alibi starts slipping. Wanna wake from the nightmare you've been living. But we both know forgotten doesn't mean forgiven. Forgiven, knowing you're hiding when no one else sees. Closed lips, smile, cause there's blood in your teeth. What you forget, you were gonna repeat. You don't get to make amends like your head's still clean.
Because you're stained. You try to hide the mark, but it won't fade. You lie and lie like I was nothing. Pretend you're spotless, but I don't wash away. And now you're stained. And someday,
Knowing you're hiding when no one else sees.
and someday,
Closed lips, smile over blood in your teeth.
and someday.
What you forget, you were gonna repeat. Trying to make amends like your hand's still clean. But we both know that your hand's not clean.
And someday, your hands will be too red to hide the blame. You realize you had it coming. Pretend you're spotless, but I don't wash away. And now you're stained. And now
So the question.
There's another track that goes sort of hard. Sort of hard.
I'm cracking it open wide, dying for one drop. Your remedy's hypnotized. I never say stop.
And the clock keeps ticking, rules are written.
Trying to remember how to make up my mind.
Clock keeps ticking, rules are written.
Forgotten doesn't mean that it's forgiven this time. I gave you everything I had. All you give me is your ugliness. You're not as honest as you act. Just a devil with a God complex. I'm not the enemy. You make me out to be. And I'm so tired of this wishful thinking, drowned and sinking, left.
Yeah, AVCP. Look, of the issues that I have with this album, Emily is not really one of them. I mean, I feel like Emily's range is good. Her performances across the record are really solid. And I feel like she does essentially what she's there to do. You know, she's during live shows, she's going to be able to bring those performances because she has a range similar to Chester. She can hit screams that I feel like are kind of appropriate and fitting for Linkin Park's music. And she also allows them to write in a similar vein. Like, she does not put the band in a position where they need to start writing and arranging their songs in a different way. They can write in much the same way they would, sort of like anticipating a certain vocal range and sort of like screaming capacity with Chester, but just with another person. You know, I feel like she's there to fill shoes, and I feel like, technically speaking, you know, she's for the most part, she's pulling that off. You know, there are elements of the record that I have an issue with, but I don't really feel like Emily is like the weak link in the chain. I feel like she's doing what she's being set out to do here. Oh, it was actually Dylan that said that, but yeah, I appreciate your comment. Thank you, Dylan.
And the clock keeps ticking, rules are written.
Trying to remember how to make up my mind.
Clock keeps ticking, rules are written.
Forgotten doesn't mean that it's forgiven this time. I give you everything I have. All you give me is your ugliness. You're not as honest as you act. Just a devil with a God complex. I'm not the enemy. You make me out to be. And I'm so tired of this wishful thinking, drowned and sinking, left with nothing left. I give you everything I have. Yeah, 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 yeah. I give you everything I have. Yeah, 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 yeah. I give you everything I have. From now on, I don't need you. 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 From now on, I don't need you.
You know, if there's anything that this record does well, or the tracks that I feel like stand out the best to me, are the ones that they always kind of build up to this big, riffy, screamed climax bridge. Be it this track, be it Heavy as the Crown, be it Two-Faced. You know, Emptiness Machine checks a lot of those usual boxes, though it doesn't come to as big a finish. we've hit the closing track. Good Things Go, which let's hit that. Golf Boy, Limbo Trees, thank you very much for supporting the stream, coming through, hanging out. Listening to the new Linkin Park album From Zero, and we are just about to finish up the record with the closer.
Feels like it's rained in my head for 100 days. Stare in the mirror and I look for another face. And I get so tired of putting out fires and making up lies, checking my eyes for some kind of lie, but nothing's inside, and it feels like it's rained in my head for 100 days.
And I say I hate you when I don't push you when you get too close. It's hard to laugh when I'm the joke, but I can't do this on my own. You could save me from my lack of self-control. Sometimes bad things take the place where good things go.
I've asked for forgiveness 100 times. Believed it myself when I halfway apologized. And it's not unfair, I'm asking for prayers, but nobody cares, going nowhere, like falling downstairs while everyone stares. No one's there when I've asked for forgiveness.
Oh my God. You know, I have to say consistently, there's no line, there's no bar, there's no line on this record that sort of just like makes me groan in the way that that one single line does, like falling downstairs while everyone stares. You know, it's funny because like for the most part, I feel like while the lyrics across this record are not mind blowing, much of them are up to that usual sort of like, you know, Linkin Park standard, you know, whereas that one just like
100 times.
And I say I hate you when I don't push you when
careening down steps while everyone steps on me.
you get too close. It's hard to laugh when I'm the joke, but I can't do this on my own. You could save me from my lack of self-control. Sometimes bad things take the place where good things go.
No, I'm just taking a shot. Maybe I'm just too eager. Oh, maybe I lost the plot. I used to pity some people. I said they were missing a spine. Yeah, maybe the problem is ego. Maybe the problem is mine. Really, I'm fine. Don't get too intimate. Don't get too curious. This is just feeling like it's not that serious. Stare at the ceiling, feeling delirious. Fuck all your empathy. I want your fury, cause I would just tell you I'm better than. Hey, spit out my medicine. Hey, drunk on adrenaline. Hey, and I don't know why I
Say I hate you when I don't push you when you get too close. It's hard to laugh when I'm the joke, but I can't do this on my own. You could save me from my lack of self-control. And I won't make excuses for the pain I caused us both. So thank you for always getting by me even now. Sometimes bad things take the place where good things go.
Yeah, it's not a great, yeah, it's not a great closer. It's such a weak closer. It's such a weak closer, unfortunately. Ugh.